beings is saying, I sentient beings, even though I may have fall, sentient beings, I will conceal, I will hide, and dissimulate. For eyes, not for he, therefore he, this self-cherishing, all one, will be the object of devotion. Sentient beings are subject of devotion, not the self-cherishing. I, not he, I sentient beings, but not this self-cherishing, not he, will gain possession and renown. Sentient beings gain the possessions, all the wealth, all the respects, and renown. I will be the center of attention. I, sentient beings, will be center of all the attention. So everybody will respect. This self-cherishing is nothing. So this way we purify our self-cherishing. Promote the sentient beings, because sentient beings are more important. They are limitless. So like in the family, if there are, like say, 10 people in the family, so there's one and rest there's 9. So the 9, they are more important than the 1. So the one who is very aggressive, selfish, you see, then all the member of the family, 9 people, say you are so selfish. For your sake, we are suffering. So then that the one person who is selfish acknowledge, yes, I understand your point. You 9 people are more important than I, the self-cherishing. So I respect you. So this is what you are practicing. Exchanging practice like that. I, one member of the family, I should be service for you. Not all 9 people serviced for me. See, this is how to practice, you see. Now, should we make a short break?
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay. Just reflect now. For so far, we all this now, exchanging oneself, other, all these practices. Some are a little bit confusing, but please read, study, and make your homework, make sure you understood, and practice this. So precious. Because Shantideva is trying everything, whatever he can, to help us, so that we can get out of the samsara. The main point is how we have to get out of the samsara. Because we have been so long in the samsara. Every lifetime we just suffer. No, just please reflect on this. Bodhisattva samaya manopalaya Bodhisattva tenopa tishtante to membawa suto kayo membawa subo kayo membawa anurata membawa sarvaside me prayata sarva karma sudame chetana shriya kuru hung ha ho bhagavan sarva tadanga dhammadrama memandam bandembawa ma samaya satuwa a. Thank you, everybody. Okay, Angela.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just thinking of it.
Thank you, wonderful.
But it goes by itself. It's not me doing it. I just do it. It comes automatic.
Okay.
So what to do? These are rinsed up in Ganga.
Yeah. Now instead of so much paying attention to your mala, pay attention to the teachings more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. I'm looking at the colors behind you, and the colors are very beautiful because I get into a little trance, by listening to you, and then I get very happy to, little artistic flying.
Okay.
But this one, did you see this one? Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to listen to you.
Yes.
I'm very happy because this is so good to reduce the ego.
Yes,
I'm very, very grateful. Kind of you to come here and teach us all these things. It's special.
I know your ego is little kind of sticky,
Yeah. You know what to do. If you're an artist, you have to have a little ego. What I mean, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yes, make a short break.
Thank you.
Things will come to them. You give me one. Here's a book. From there. Book, one book. Just book. Thank you. Wonderful. Roy Duran.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good.
Roy Duran. You're from Pittsburgh, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, thank you for teaching on this.
You like this?
I do. The last part I don't quite understand, but I'm going to do what you said, look into more commentaries.
Just read more commentaries, because sometimes it's a little confusing,
Yeah.
It's not that book is confused. We are confused. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Banza, Soto Samaya, Mano Balaya, Bandra Sato Denova, Tisna Deto Membawa, Sudo Kayo Membawa, Subo Kayo Mem. Anorada Membawa, Sarwasi de Mebrayata, Sarwakarma, Sudame, Chetana, Shreya, Kuru, Hum, Ha, Ho, Bagawan. Sarvatata Bharjarma Memagam Bharjambawa Masamaya Satua. Now, please take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale and expand your chest and stomach. And exhale. Once more, please inhale fully. And exhale. Again, please inhale fully. And exhale. Now fresh your mind as a space. Then we'll go through this text, meditation. So I just read the 149. What it said was, yes. My faults I will conceal, dissimulate, I sentient beings. Now here's the practice of the equal. No. Within the equal, but being little kind of competing. So I compete you that I sentient beings make better. And you self-cherishing, I will make you know to nobody. No? So that's why I said, my faults I will conceal, dissimulate. For I, not he, will be the object of devotions. I, not he, will gain possession and renown. I will be the center of attention. So I will make, by all these means, I will make better the I sentient beings, not you self-cherishing. Even though we're equal, but I will compete with you. Then verse 150 said, Dina marun sebal yurin take kareta toa kunji shegedo kunjunaba tatucha. 150 said, I will take such satisfaction in his evil deeds and degradations. I sentient beings will enjoy when you self-cherishing is going down. See your evil deeds, and I enjoy you are degrading yourself. See now, this means looking to us, myself, cherishing. When I make mistake, people look on down me. So that time I have to purify myself cherishing. Develop more bodhicitta for others. When I degradation, my degradation, just make a special method to emerge my bodhicitta. May I develop my greater bodhicitta when I degrade it. My evil things that happen because of my self-cherishing. From today, I purify the self-cherishing, the evil. See, I will render him despicable. The butt and the laughing stock stock of everyone. This self-cherishing one that is, should be the despicable. And I will make him that, laughing stock of everyone. Everyone loves, laughing him just go down. So this is kind of competing. Even though we're equal, but this self-cherishing should be lower than we sentient beings. Now from here, sentient beings are higher, and the self-cherishing is lower. To that, you see, exchanging that, you see, interchange, exchange. Still, you are sentient beings. So now higher. This all self-cherishing is lower. So looking down on that. Now not being jealous, but looking down on that. See? So here's, you see 151. See, shut up. People say this pitiful nonentity, this is nothing, it's just pitiful. It doesn't count. Nothing. This means the self-cherishing one. Is trying to compete with me, with the sentient beings. Me, sentient beings. He tried to compete with me, but he's, as mentioned, pitiful nonentity. Nothing. But how can he be on a par? How he can compete? There's no way that he can compete with me, with the sentient beings, in learning our knowledge of all different means, wisdom, science, technologies, Buddha's teaching, all this. How he can compete? No. The beauty, well-being, wealth, and a pedigree. We are well off, sentient beings. I'm well off in all the status, family lineage. We are much better. This is self-cherishing, is nothing. So that time you should look at to yourself. It's like self-cherishing. It hurts me. It hurts me because I cherish the self. If I don't cherish the self, there's nothing to hurt. So look, this is how it's practiced down. Then 152, there's a cooler tabai, tagi, the turning, pundan kawa, jejurbe, tegilani, yunsu, just to hear them talk about my excellence, my sentient being's excellence. All the good qualities. My repetition on this, on the lips of all, everybody is talking about the good qualities of these sentient beings. The thrill of it sent a shiver down my spine. Everybody just admire. Oh, just the hair stands up from the end when they hear my good qualities. It's a pleasure that I bask and reveal in, like the sunlight of the good qualities. It's all when it's come out. So sentient being, I sentient being, by many ways it's much better off than the sentient, than the self-cherishing. Then 153 says, something 153, even if he does have something, this he means the self-cherishing he, which is other side. Even he may have little bit something, I am the one he's the working for. I'm the one, he's working for me. So, see, he can keep enough just to survive. Whatever he has, he can just keep, just survive. All the rest say, but with my strength, I will steal the rest away. Steal means without permission, I will take away forcefully. Because he has nothing, he has no strength. So this is how to crush the self-cherishing. So through this we meditate. I need to purify my self-cherishing. How much it hurts. The first is when people praise me, how I feel egoistically, I like when the people praise me because I'm self-aggrandizing myself. So that time, see, there's jealous. Now here, when you're nothing, how much you feel low down. That time you feel so low because of your self-cherishing. When there's no self-grasping, there's nothing higher and low. Oh, this is how we're practicing now. See, this is such an important thing, you see, But with my strength, sentient beings, my strength, sentient beings, steal the rest of from your self-grasping position. 154. Now, Oh, 154 say, 154 says, I will wear his happiness away. I will always hurt and injure him. So yes, why I should do this? No. I will wear his happiness away. I will take away all his happiness, destroy his happiness. I will injure him. No. So why I want to do this all is saying, he is the one who in Samsara did me mischief by the hundreds from the beginner's time up until now. Sometimes he threw me in the hell realm. Sometimes he threw me in the hungry ghost. Sometimes he threw me in the animal realm. He makes such a miserable. All this he did for me because of this undoing. Means we crush our self-cherishing. Purify the self-cherishing now here. This is how to practice this. So skillfully, get this. Because if somebody says bad things about me, it's very painful. It just crushes my ego. So because my self-cherishing. So that's 154. And then, so up to this is now interchanging other sentient beings and our self-grasping ego. The first one, as you saw, when the ego has a good success life, how to envy to that. And the second one, equal, how to compete with that. And the third one is that the ego is lower and to look down how. Now from 155, now we're as normal, you and me now. Now I'm, you are, okay? Now to that, how we practice how to purify the self-cherishing. See, here now saying, countless ages, oh my mind, you spend desiring to attain your ends. And what great worthiness it was. Well, your reward was only misery, you see. Now I am myself. Now I am myself. Now I'm advising to myself. Now you cannot do this. You say, no. For as you see, for countless ages, from countless lifetime, up until now. See, oh my mind, you spent all this energy for what? Desiring to attain your aim, means your own fulfillment, what you want to achieve. You want to become rich. You want to become successful. You want to become famous. Just to protect your ego. You want to make your ego big and famous. And you spend so much things, you made effort for that. And what great worthiness it was, how much you went through hardship. How much you spent money for that, time for that. See? Well, you are rewarding this only misery. All you made effort. So only at the end, only suffering. Nothing is achieved. See, look at the life, they are rich, wealthy people. At the end of their life, what they got? Only suffering. Regret. Lot of pain, mentally, physically, nothing achieved. So as a Dharma practitioner, Bodhisattva practitioner, they die with a dignity, with inspiration, It inspires so many people there. No? So look at this and say, now today is the time to purify all your ego, self-grasping. Make every effort for the Buddhahood, for the benefit of all sentient beings. See? Now 156. So 56 said, and therefore now most certainly apply yourself completely to the good of others, you see. Now, Shantideva said, I spoke so much. By now, you must got some understanding. You must got some conviction that it makes sense to practice bodhicitta for the benefit of all sentient beings, to free from entire suffering and attain the Buddhahood. So make sure you understood that and make sure you practice that. See? And therefore, now most certainly, and apply yourself completely to the good of others. The Buddha did not lie in which he said, you will see the benefit that come from it. So Buddha spoke this. So Buddha will never lie, because Buddha has no reason to lie. Because Buddha accomplished everything what he needs. So what should Buddha tell lie? We tell lie because we achieve nothing. So we want to achieve something, we tell lie, here and there. Buddha is free from samsara, achieve complete enlightenment. So Buddha speaks always truth, nothing but truth. So no reason to tell lie. So just follow the Buddha and the result will come. If we follow accordingly all what you need. This is such a precious thing, you see. You will see the benefit that comes from it. If you follow the Buddha's teaching, you will follow and the result will come from that. So this, again, I'm not speaking as a Buddhism or Buddhist tradition or Buddhist belief, but this is a universal way. So we need to communicate with others with this kind of reality nature. We share this wisdom to all others, not as a Buddhism, but as a universal truth. So we need individually some kind of skill and wisdom and certainty and language to share with others so that everybody can get benefit. See? You see, this is such a precious thing, Then 157, remember, 157 says, if indeed you had in former times embraced this work and undertaken it, means as earlier mentioned, you put yourself in utter place and all the sentient beings put in your place. And then you work. All your body, speech, mind, be service to all the sentient beings. Purify all the self-grasping, self-cherishing. Constantly thinking how I can help others. If we practice that way, by now, you must be better off. You must be in a better place. But we have not done that. Only self-cherishing. Therefore, we were now suffering. If we practice that according to what it said here, then you could not still be lacking. You are not lacking of the wisdom, compassion, excellent qualities, peace, happiness, and free from all mental affliction, delusion. See, in the perfect bliss of the Buddhahood. So when you practice that, accordingly, the Bodhisattva, by now you must achieve the perfect Buddhahood, the great bliss. You can't be like this kind of miserable place in the Samsara. Especially nowadays, people call degeneration, Kali Yuga, people say that, It's not made from somebody else, or coming from sky, or from the earth. It's individuals. Now our individuals, the result that we have created the cause. So we can make the difference. So we should do the better. And then 158 said, now this repeating is said also before, now here also repeating. 156 said, and therefore now, 58. Therefore, just as you identify I, myself. Where does it come from? Say, the drop of others' blood and sperm, the mother's blood and father's sperm. From that, now we conceived in the mother's womb. From that embryo, then we start our life. Then say, we identify from nothing. From such, even that if you investigate through the quantum physics theory, from emptiness started from there. Then say I, something like solid I. We identify that. So that's, and cling to it as though it was yourself, something like yourself. This is me, concrete, substantial, unbeatable, invincible. We have that kind of grasping. It's where we started from nothing. And we got used to it now, so I cherishing that. So now take sentient beings other as yourself. Now exchange that, as earlier mentioned. Now change. Put yourself other. And take all sentient beings yourself. They just say, I sentient beings. Don't say, me, just me, I, small, no. concrete, but I, sentient beings. I, sentient beings, desire to free from samsara. I, sentient beings, desire to attain Buddhahood. So replace yourself, sentient beings, and practice that. And then you'll get all the benefits. So in other words, cultivate bodhicitta. Just focus on the bodhicitta. Practice that. In the bodhicitta we say, may all mother sentient beings have happiness and causes of happiness. So practice this in our daily life, and you'll get all the benefits. You see, this is how to become a better human being. Basically, a human being, more peace and happiness, and wise. And then there's no boundary. There's no borderline, you see. Then 159 is said, now for others you should despise doctrines. You should understand, you should have some great awareness on everything your body seems to have. In the body, what you have, wealth, qualities, whatever all you have, steal it, take it to all away, and use it for the benefit of others. All the resources you have, use for others' benefit. And then, see, that is called, it's a perfection of the generosity, you see. When you give something, you don't expect anything. You give freely without expectation. This is what he's saying here. Usually we give something with high expectation. I give this to this person and I hope he or she will repay my kindness, do something for me. Now here is totally different. We give without expectation, but give out of the wisdom, out of compassion. And then that will give you such great joy. Because you give without expectation, and that practice itself. Then you free yourself, and there's peace and joy. If we give with expectation, there may come disappointment. I've done this, and that person doesn't pay any attention. Doesn't repay my kindness. Then there's a disappointment. So it's not really giving. It's just exchanging something. But you haven't got the exchange, and we suffer. In the Samsara, in the world, we do that. So we do it very freely. That's what he's saying, no? For now, others you should spy on everything your body seems to have. Steal it, take it to all away, and use it for the benefit of others, what others need. But you no need to collect to help others. Sometimes we say, I'm collecting money to do something, some practices. No need to collect. You just do when you have. When you don't have, don't worry. Just practice bodhicitta. Some organization, you see, we collect a lot of donations. And then before giving others, we fight in between. So what's the benefit? You see? So do it when you have it. When you don't have, don't worry. This is Kambupa, Dharma Lord Kambupa said that. No? But important is to practice your bodhicitta. Let's describe. And reduce the self-cherishing. No? Okay. Then we'll do this 160. See? 다지 신의 미기라 다도 신의 마와다 다네 폐지 신민시 다라 타도 지미지스. This is reversing now here, see, no? I indeed am happy, others said. Other sentient beings said, I'm happy. I'm high position. And I'm powerful, mighty. And others are low. I'm happy. Everybody helps me. While others are abandoned, give up. Why am I not jealous of myself? When you have that kind of, this is now, if somebody praises you, if somebody likes you, when somebody give offerings to you, if somebody respects you, that time you have these all privileges. When you have these privileges, then just look to yourself. Why others don't have these things? This should have for other sentient beings, not to me. This is the word, again, it's to reduce our ego. Sometimes when people respect you, so you feel, I'm just better, I'm better off. People respect me, I have all things, I'm much better than others. There comes this self-cherishing. Our ego becomes stronger. So to reduce that ego, and also to make chance ego don't play around, so practice this. Because the ego, as we have discussed so many times, there's some debaters, they debate. There's no ego, there's no self. For many years, they debate. There's no self. There's no self of person. There's no self of phenomena, When you study like a Matamika Avatara, so forth. But at the end of the day, after all debating, the ego is well established. So I'm a good debater. So all the debate we did for nothing, So we have to practice Dharma. This is called Dharma practice. So that's what Milarepa said, you see. More you purify your ego, more you realize the selflessness, then there will come compassion, he said. You realize the emptiness. When you realize emptiness, then there comes compassion. When there's compassion, Milarepa said, you can see all sentient beings are equal. No one is better than others. Then from there you can help the sentient beings. See? That's how the Dharma practice is about. It's how to free from samsara. How to free from the depth of the suffering. people are struggling so much, you see, sometimes they're overwhelmed and suicide because of our grasping the ego. Even, there's so many people suicide even in the rich country. And, the people, everywhere there's so much suffering there because self-grasping is not just Buddhist, you see, it's samsaric. It's a samsaric thing that is such a, what we call a chronic disease. Without the Dharma, cannot get the help. No matter how luxurious life we have, still there's such a profound suffering because of the self-grasping, self-cherishing. So the Dharma is, we need the Dharma to heal. Within the Dharma, we need bodhicitta to have all the sentient beings. We should just should have complete conviction on this. Full kind of, awareness. No matter it takes time. We have to start from there. Then all our life, rest of the life will follow that. Otherwise, sometimes we're interested. Oh, Dharma is so good. I like Dharma. So, after a few years, we lost interest. And you see, when you lost interest, that is finished, It becomes dilettante. Dilettante. Sometimes we're interested. Sometimes we're lost interest. Just wandering back and forth. So here, make sure our study, practice Dharma continues for the rest of the life. Nothing but progress, better and better. And then, at the end of the day, you will appreciate. You will rejoice. So I did something good for the good of my life, for the good of myself, to help other sentient beings. So here Shantideva is saying, our self-cherishing, don't make a small self. Rather, all sentient beings. Habituate that, practice that. You don't have to go outside. Just sit in your house, at your meditation room, at your place, and practice that. That's how Milarepa did, you see. Milarepa is always escaped in the mountain, all the time. So then his sister complained, I haven't seen anybody like you who has no food, no clothes, staying only in the mountain. So Milarepa said, to repay the kindness of all my sentient beings, I escaped in the mountain. I practice the Dharma. That's why still Milarepa is so fresh. Everybody's talking about Milarepa, what Milarepa did, what Milarepa said, because of his great bodhicitta. He practiced bodhicitta forcefully. He got the full conviction about the causality. So on the basis of that, he followed the Dharma practice. So like that, we also now study, practice the Dharma this way. So maybe I'll stop here today. If you have any questions, any recommendations, any suggestions, we can discuss. We have about 20 minutes.
Khenchen, I have
Yes.
one question.
Yes, go ahead.
Shantideva mentions a couple times about the consciousness when it connects with the father and mother's seed. In the 12 links, this is the one link that is the most difficult for me to really grasp. It's I can understand how it happens, but that connection seems, it's continuous. It never breaks until you die. It seems so strong. You know, we have a lot of attachment to many things like food and different things. Your consciousness doesn't leave your body and go there. It's just stuck with that body. It's really a little hard for me to grasp how it stays so connected to the body, this consciousness.
Yes, that's yes. 12 link is a 12 link, you know.
Yeah.
It's because the link continues, you know, until we realize the total nature of the mind, we cannot dislink that, you know. So it links life after life, life after life, because there's a continuation of this connection.
It's more
Now,
moment to moment.
here Shantideva was saying, say, from the father and mother, he's talking about this life, like me, I am, you know. So this, my life, this body, what I have, is come from my father and mother. You see, so from there, then the seed of the father and mother, I got this body, which is from nothing, you know. So, but then from there, by the habit, the habitual tendencies of this life, the day when I born, slowly, then I started walking, speaking. Then there's a notion, you, I suffer, I get pain. So then you should know how to take care of yourself. Then I become more important. It's like as a child, like 3 years old, 2 years old child, that's not really special I in me, you know. When the child is said, child is like looking at the picture on the wall, nothing, you know, good or bad, nothing. But then slowly growing up, it becomes more just the ego starting bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. You see, when you're teenage, when you go to school, then when you're going to college, then ego becomes more isolated, more, no. So that's what Shantideva was saying, how much we're habituated, you know. This is how it just makes everybody to understand. Yes, that connection, of course, goes life after life, yes. So all this, you know, is mentioned there, the 12 link, and then the order of the 12 links. There's a 12 of them. The 12 links order from ignorance. We start from ignorance, then go round and round and round and round. Now to reverse that, then you see through the meditation. It's just the 3 training, you know, 3 training, the morality as a foundation, and then from on that foundation you establish the shamatha, samadhi, then at the support of the samadhi, and the kindle the special insight. So with that special insight and the samadhi together, just at the beginning mentioned, so on that, then we can directly prosecute root cause of the samsara, the non-existence of the self, of mental affliction. That is the direct cause how to dislink the samsara.
Yeah, I guess my question really is that one step though. It seems like, you know, it should dislink unless it's constantly being reinforced, that it should, like a small child should just leave its body and die. You know, it's like what really holds that consciousness continuously stuck to the body. It's really hard to grasp.
Yes. As I mentioned, you know, all this is our body is the foundation of the samsara.
Hmm.
You see? Because all the karma we make, the result manifests in the body, you see? So body is the foundation of the samsara. That is very important to know that. No, it's not saying the body without consciousness. The body with the five skandha, you know, the five skandha with the body. Then that is the foundation of the samsara. Correct, you see, samsara wanders within this body. Somebody may say in the body there's no body, but there is a consciousness, mental body. See, that mental body feels somebody is threatening, killing you because they have it. So then from that part then to the lives like this, in the hell realm, in the hungry ghost, in the animal, distinguished by the body, not by the consciousness. When the body falls in the hell realm, it's called this hell being, you know. When the body falls in the hungry ghost, this is a hungry ghost. So all the six realms are wandering in the body.
Thank you. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking when you were talking before, like the aim could be to be completely translucent, like there's no reaction. It's only like a channel of giving, nothing else. I mean, you take away all grasping, you become translucent, like air or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got a vision of that somehow. I don't know how to explain it. It's more something else.
But your vision is very temporary.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
Your vision come and go.
Yes. Yes. But it was like, yeah, it was like nothing to hold on to, only like seeing.
It's just a vision, you know.
Yeah.
Khenchen?
Yes, yes.
This is this interesting and a little bit challenging style in some of these stanzas of Shantideva kind of talking to himself or talking, you know, about his ego self versus the sentient beings. And it reminded me a little bit of Patrul Rinpoche's advice to himself, that poem that Patrul Rinpoche wrote, Advice to Myself. I was just wondering, is it a whole style in the Dharma to have that kind of, you know, that Patrul Rinpoche one? Where he says like, Patrul Rinpoche, you old dog, and then he goes on about how, stuff like that.
So these are the foundation. From these, first of course, all those spoke by Buddha,
Okay.
the sutras, Buddha spoke. There are so many sutras called like giving instruction to the king. There are so many that. A lot of Buddha's kind of sutras advice, instructions, teachings to the many kings. You know. Then of course to the monks and anybody, you know, to the nagas, to the gods, Indras. And so there are so many hundreds of the volumes what the Buddha taught, you know. On the base on this, then later great teachers, we don't have to read all the Buddha Sutra, you know. So the like Shantideva, Nagarjuna, Asanga, they summarize this, you see. So these are all summarized teachings. Then those, including Buddha's teaching, these great teachers commentary, that's called commentary, translated into Tibet. So the Tibetan masters, like a Patu Rinpoche, like this, you know, they study those and they practice that, and they got direct experience of these teachings, and they also wrote down and given to us, you know. Like look at the like a jewel ornament of liberation, full of quotation, you see, from Buddha's Sutra, from Shantideva's text, from Nagarjuna, so forth, you see, like that, you see. So all this, you see, it's not just quotation, but they have experienced that. And their experience and Buddha's teachings, they should come together. Sometimes you may find, oh, this is a teaching which Buddha has not taught. That means it's a fake, you know. It looks like very impressed, you know. It's, oh, this is wonderful. Buddha has, this teaching is not Buddha taught. Very precious, you know. Looks very impressive. But in reality, it's fake. There's no teaching should be presented without a Buddhist quotation. Because in the Buddhist history, Buddha is the one which we should be witness. No? So that's why I say jewel ornament of liberation has a lot of quotations. And also the now Zapati Rinpoche's this advice, you know, his advice to this, you know, all these texts, Kunsala Meshelung, you know, based on Milarepa's life, you see. He wrote on the based on Milarepa's life, and then on all the quotations, you see. So these great masters, they are not saying this is my way, you know. I invented. They don't say that. This is the teaching what Buddha taught, what Milarepa did, you know, and then what this nature of samsara is about. So it's how to get out of the samsara. So that's what is, you know.
Yeah. That makes me think that the lineage really is, this is like the, what you're describing is like the heart of what lineage is, the heart of a lineage.
It is, you know, this is what is, all our lineage are focused on these things, you see. Mm-hmm. All our great teachers, you know, as I mentioned, like when you read Milarepa's life story, it's exactly like Shantideva the text. You see, and Patu Rinpoche's teachings just exactly in the Shantideva's text, you know.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Any suggestions? So as I mentioned, the way we went through step by step, some are a little more clear, some are not so clear. So where I made the commentary, it's very limited. Sometimes you may find some mistakes. So that you read the text, root text, you try to understand as much as you can. And then I'm sure there's quite a few commentaries on this. Read those commentaries. Make sure you understood well. Then once you understood well, the importance is practice. That's the most important. So therefore, as I mentioned, there are three things: Teva, Samba, Gomba. Teva's first study, understanding. You understand all this. Then Samba, contemplate. To get the conviction, total understanding. Yes, it makes sense. Once you understood, that doesn't mean you are enlightened. Then third, practice. So these three should go together. Without study, without understanding, there's nothing to practice. Sometimes they go to retreat without study so much, and there's not so much development. No. When you ask, can you teach this, read this? No, I'm not sure. No. So it's very important to understand. Maybe not everything, but especially what you are practicing. So to understand, you study. Study, get to understand. Once you understood, then put into practice. So these three should go together step by step. Very important. Says Shantideva, the Vasubandhu, the famous Vasubandhu said, Buddha's teaching, this is scripture and realization. Scripture means you study all the scriptures, what Buddha taught, and get to understand. Once you understood, practice for realization. Realize. So these two way how to maintain the Dharma in the world. It's not just ceremonies, chanting prayers. It's not just, these are just part of that, not the actual Buddhist teaching. Actual teaching is to study and practice. And that we should understand, as I mentioned before many times, is not as a Buddhism, not as a religion, but as a universal truth, as a reality nature. It's called mode of abiding, how things constitute. Now, how Samsara is constituted, within what? How Nirvana is constituted, within what? So that is not as a Buddhism, but as a universal truth. So from there, we can bring real peace and happiness in the world. Then we can approach to many people. So all Dhamma practitioners have the responsibility how to do that. especially the touching the mind is mentioned. Mind is such a complicated subject. Looks very simple, at the same time, very complicated. It's presmoky, it's called. It's kind of ambiguous. So the Dharma teaching is just the answer for the mind. So it's not just religion. It's go farther more than modern psychology. Modern science, everything, So Dharma teaching gives the complete picture of the enlightenment and picture of the Samsara. So that we all have the responsibility to study, practice, and bring the benefit in the society. Make sense? This is all my suggestions. No? So everyone has the now responsibility. And make a good effort on this. Okay.
Rinpoche, there's one more question in German. Do you have time?
You translate.
Yes, so Andrena, maybe you can say it in German.
Yes, Wunderbar. Yeah, Wunderbar. Yes, go ahead.
Hello, Rinpoche.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Andre.
Hello.
Yes.
And my question is about divorce.
Yes.
Was magst an Bodhisattva über ein Divorce, über eine Scheidung? Muss der Geld teilen oder muss alle Geld kündigen?
What's
So if one is getting divorced,
Yeah.
so how would a Bodhisattva do that, like financially, Would you like split the money half, or would you say, oh no, I don't take anything?
Yeah, make half better.
50-50.
But das is not Samsara. Ich werde die andere Person verletzt in einem finanziellen Weg.
But maybe that is hurting the other person, like financially.
If you make half and a half, it won't hurt. But if you take all, then it hurts.
No, I don't want to take all. Thank you, Rinpoche. Vielen Dank.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So far, how the teaching is about, this Shantideva's teaching. Good?
Perfect. Excellent.
Okay.
Rinpoche, aside from meditating and following your advice and Shantideva's advice, is there anything else we can do for you?
No, I'm just very good position now. Yeah.
What else can we do to help you?
Just you practice Dharma and help other people.
Okay.
Yes.
That will help you live long and be strong too, right?
Especially in whole California.
Okay. Tochiche, Kadrinche.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Now, please take a deep breath. Well, just relax. No, physically, just relax. Just relax, mind, body, and then take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And then just first you see what Buddha was a great teacher. Shine the wisdom and compassion to all the sentient beings. Just even though I am a very beginner, I don't have much ability, but whatever I get or whatever I got, just such a magnificent gift. I must practice Dharma more. And that's why I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma. So I need to purify all my mental afflictions. See, we have a lot of mental afflictions, confusions. We need to purify them step by step. Our ignorance, our desire, our aversion, pride, jealousy, so forth. These need to purify. And I will purify this step by step. That's what's called Dharma practice. It's not just one day session or few years session. It's lifelong. So I will practice this and appreciate. I will build the strength, courage. I will practice the fearlessness based on the courage of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion. So Buddha is not the leader of just one group, one individual. Buddha is the leader of all the sentient beings. So we are making effort to achieve Buddhahood. That's why it says sentient beings. So we appreciate this. Rejoice this. When suffering comes, my suffering that I have enough ability to purify all the suffering of the sentient beings. Just practice of Bodhisattva, you see. When I have happiness, my happiness will prevail the whole universe. Everybody may enjoy and have this kind of happiness. So we are not attached to our own happiness. We share our happiness to all others. When we are suffering, we are not just doom myself, I am suffering. But there are so many who are suffering in the world. May this all free from the suffering. My suffering may help to free other sentient beings from suffering. That you utilize your suffering to generate your bodhicitta. See? So that's the Dharma practice. Practice this way, and then you just see everything is impermanent, transitory nature. To get his known. Because of everything is impermanent, which shows is nothing is real, because it keeps changing. The morning, bright day, change the night. It's all are not real. Illusory nature. No. So we practice this impermanence. And this will allow us to develop greater bodhicitta, understanding of this illusory nature, including the self. It will reduce our attachment to self-grasping. While we are reducing our self-grasping, then our attachment, aversion will slow down by itself or by themselves. So in the absence of the attachment, desire, there's great joy. In the absence of the aversion, anger, there's great clarity. In the absence of the ignorance, there is such a clarity. So meditate on this. That's the real focus of the Buddha's teaching. So look at this, Buddha said, the exhaustion of the desire is the nirvana. Likewise, the exhaustion of the aversion, ignorance. When they cease to exist, you understand? When they are ceased to exist, that's the Buddhahood. And the Buddha is the object of the refuge of all sentient beings. So meditate on this. So Dharma is so precious, you see. It's the wisdom, it's the compassion. That's our focus. Yeah, thank you. And so this is our homework. So please practice on this. And then, Anne, can you say some dedication prayers?
Rinpoche. By this merit, having attained omniscience and defeated the enemy of wrongdoing, may I free all beings from the ocean of existence, with its tumultuous waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. Just as the heroic Manjushri who knows everything as it is, and as Samantabhadra likewise did too, just so to follow all of them and train myself, I perfectly dedicate these meritorious actions. May the precious supreme Bodhisattva arise in those in whom it has not arisen. Having arisen, may it not diminish, but ever expand more and more. As long as space remains, and as long as the world remains, may I too remain to elevate the suffering of the world. You who are richly endowed with the glorious wealth of Dharma knowledge, who through reflecting and meditating have actualized the self-aware absolute reality, enshrined with the 100,000 light rays of ethical discipline of the Buddha Dharma, May you, Khenchen Ratnadvaja, live long. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rinpoche, see you.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Long life, Rinpoche.
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Evelyn, yes.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Captain
Thank you.
Wong, thank you. And yes, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Bye.
try.
Happy Easter.
Julian, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, what next time? What?
Thank you very much.
Juliana.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, Thượng Tôn nha. Good night.
Akalion.
Thank you.
And Miss Dong Pham.
Yeah.
Morris.
Yeah. Thank you, Khenchen.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
Take care, Khenchen.
yes, please. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Happy Easter.
Yes, yeah. Angela
Yes, some flowers for you.
Huckman. What is loss?
Bye-bye.
From Martin.
Thank you.
It is loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Dankeschön. Dankeschön, you say. German, they say Dankeschön. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.